That's right. I got my freaking set now. And a little lapel mic, dude. No more stealing B-roll. We're doing things ethically now. It seems with every day, it seems harder and harder to become a car person. With the new market being flooded with overpriced junk designed to break after your warranty expires, being sold to you in the most shady way possible through middlemen that hire middlemen and women that get a commission based off of how much they screw you over.
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
you're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Bad deal.
Cars that break down.
Thieves.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
you can kiss my ass.
The used car market is just a barren wasteland. Government organizations and police seemingly working together to criminalize the act of being a car person. The non-autists constantly assuming the worst out of us, thinking we're vulgar and comparing us to teenagers that are so fucking brain dead from years of railing Roxy's and treating Galaxy Gas like an asthma inhaler, that they gotta do burnouts in a busy intersection, running people over and just blocking off good hardworking people trying to get home from work. The current exorcism that is happening on racetracks right now, and general inflation hitting every American, that is further pricing the average guy and girl and whomever out of, being able to waste money on silly hobbies such as cars. I mean, fuck, even model cars are expensive, dude. That shit is expensive because you gotta buy the car. You can't buy a cheap model. And then you gotta buy all the sandpaper and all the glue and all the stuff to like put it together and customize it the way you want. You gotta get custom rims because of course you need Daytons when you're building cars like this. And then you need to buy an airbrush. You need the airbrush kit. You need the tiny little hose. You need the air compressor. You need the airbrush paint. And you can't buy bad paint because look, that's what happens when you buy bad paint. That's what happens when you buy bad paint right there. I'm just saying, man. First off, let me make a sorry attempt at validating my opinion by stating that I've been in the cars my whole life. My whole life. And I've been doing it as a job here for a good few years. I've been working at quick lube places, tire change places. And I got a real job now, like a real mechanic shop, doing like real mechanic shit. Real mechanic stuff. I'm doing real mechanic stuff over here. You can't see it, but I might show you. Maybe. Admittedly, it's a small shop. And I am on the bottom of the totem pole, but I feel like I've touched and seen enough cars through the years to be able to form an opinion on things like this.
Jesus!
Bro, they did a brake pad delete. Brake pad delete.
Fuck. I'm like looking around like the shots look good.
Hey, I need you to make a new family car for the average American, so let's redesign the Silverado.
Huh? You want me to fix the DOD issues and the AF?
No. We don't got time for that. We don't got money for that. No. However, do have money for you to redesign the motor, completely new motor, and we want more computer shit, more plastic. I want like cylinder deactivation, more DOD. Just make it more complicated. Like I'm sick of these mechanics thinking it's fucking sweet. Oh, Chevy motors is just a Lego block. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to work on. Easy peasy lemon fucking squeegee. No. We working on this shit. We building a new one.
But you're holding a lime. And why are you squeezing in it?
Fucking tensioner. I want stretch belts from now on. Yeah. And what I have seen is a lot of newer cars with drivetrain issues, mainly engine, transmission, and a lot of new practices being implemented that seem nothing but shady and dishonest. Straight out the dealership.
It's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker.
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed.
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass.
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass.
Like, you don't need some fucking shady mechanic or some, like, shady used car salesman to, like, scam you. The dealership got you on that. The fucking automakers got you on that. Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, Nissan, Honda. They got you on that. All right, don't even worry. You're worried about getting scammed by some fucking scummy guy off Facebook? Nah, genuinely, a lot of the shit I've seen just seems downright dishonest and malicious, and it upsets me clearly. It could be something as simple as and as small as newer 5.3 Chevys, the V8 motors not having a belt tensioner, so you gotta fucking put a stretch belt on it, and then you gotta buy some $30 part off of O'Reilly's to put the stretch belt on. You can't do it without that. And it's more pain in the ass, and then therefore it charges more hours. And you know what I'm saying, more money for the mechanic shops. To making things like valve covers, fucking oil pans, out of things like plastic, coolant lines, out of things like plastic that's gonna get brittle and break. Oh, it makes the car cheaper. It makes the car cheaper. So why the fuck aren't the cars cheaper? Huh? The savings isn't being passed down on to us. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but it's not. It's not being passed down. So, like, stop using that excuse. Stop letting them use that excuse. Like, things that have to deal with constant heat cycling, 200 degrees, 0 degrees, 200 degrees, 70, whatever. 60, 50, 40 degrees, 200 degrees, 40 degrees. That shit shouldn't be made out of fucking plastic. To designing a water pump that's driven by the timing chain, so when it fails, it immediately starts mixing the coolant. So you gotta replace it because you got oil and coolant mixing, and coolant's not a lubricant. So your bearings are at risk. So you gotta change that fast. If you gotta change that, you gotta take the front timing cover off. And if it's a front wheel drive 3.5, which is what I'm talking about right here, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of hours at the fucking mechanic shop. That's a lot of money. And while you're there, you might as well do the whole timing chain. That's why they sell the timing chain kit with the water pump. I mean, bro, because the timing chain guides are also plastic. So it's like, you might as well. And then you're deep damn over $1,000 in a fucking car that's got 100,000 miles on it. The reason I keep pointing over there, because there's a 2018 Ford Explorer. Dude brought it brand new off the dealership. It's got 89,000 miles on it. It's over his 4-year warranty. Water pump went out. Admittedly, it's a bit of user error. He kept driving it. It was leaking out the weep hole. He kept driving it. Kept filling it with coolant, kept filling it with water, kept driving it, until the car just wouldn't start no more. And the motor's done now. That motor's toast. I pulled the bearing caps, and they're deep, very deep grooves. Very deep grooves. It's 4-year, 100,000 mile warranty. It's over that 4 years. He's out $2,000 for a motor. Admittedly, it's a bit of user error. That thing was filled with Nestle's finest, bro. There was freaking chalky milk up to the intake in the throttle body. So, yeah, it was a bit of that guy's fault. But either way, it still feels like this never would have fucking happened. It just had a normal water pump on the outside of the motor that's serviceable like normal cars do. And other things like freaking diapers around the oil pan to soak up oil. So you won't see an oil leak till after that warranty expires. And then what? You're cooked. Because not only are they fucking giving you a diaper, they took away your fucking dipstick too, right? So you can't check the oil. You gotta rely on the car. You gotta warm up the car. You gotta like start the car, warm it up to check the oil level. Admittedly, it will tell you immediately if it's dangerously low, according to the sensor, if it's working. Because you know the sensor can go bad, as all sensors do. You see it? You see? Get low, get low, get low, get low. To the window! To the wall! Americans are good at V8s. So when I see a lot of newer Ford, Chevy, and Dodge V8s coming in, you're damn near no oil on the dipstick, but no oil leaks underneath it. It's burning oil? New truck with low miles? I mean, come on now. I feel like I'm seeing this more than I'm seeing this with older cars. Seems ridiculous. Stick with the Chevys. 2004 Chevy Suburban. I bet you that shit's coming in with the same oil that it's leaving with. Might be a lot dirtier, but that shit's coming in with the same amount unless it's got a leak, which then you can see. It'll be very fucking visible. Those don't got no skid plates. They don't got no diapers wrapping the oil pan. Seems like nowadays they're just making overcomplicated engines that are run by fucking sensors that are gonna go bad, that have shit like displacement on demand, what is it, cylinder deletion or whatever, where it's like runs on fucking 4 cylinders or 2 cylinders or 3 cylinders or whatever. Stuff like that complicates and makes the engine unreliable. All sending power to a 10,000 speed auto powered by fucking quintuple clutches or some shit in manual modes that are gonna fucking break it faster. Say what you will about a manual, but they are simpler, easier to service, and generally more reliable. The used market is garbage too. Thanks to government programs such as Clash for Clunkers in America, there's scrappage programs all over the world in countries such as Austria, Canada, China, France, Germany, Italy, Ireland, India, Japan, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Romania, Russia, Slovakia, Spain, United Kingdom, and the United States. With a lot of them weirdly happening around 2009. A lot of outliers, of course, you know. That followed by independent scrappers and flippers just absolutely saturating and ruining the market. I mean, we're talking people that got notifications on. They're sitting there, they're itching, they're hungry, they want, oh, I need that car so bad. I love Facebook marketing, Craigslist. They just want that stuff so bad. They're addicted to it. I can't bring myself to do that. Honestly, it's too much work. Fuck that. Flippers like that have just been like bringing up the prices of any junk that happens to still run.
You don't believe it? Listen to me. I don't lie. Take a fucking car like this. A 1966 Ford, a Country Squire 9-passenger station wagon. Don't worry about the equipment. Imagine all the fun you can have in the back. And while you're doing it, imagine all the money that bald-headed prick Ralph Williams is going to be making on the car he's trying to fuck you out of. Yes, the man that'll take every dime out of the San Francisco Bay Area and spend it on prostitutes, booze, and of course crap tables in the city of Las Vegas.
Or the alternative of taking a total car from auction, making it pretty, not fixing any of the shit, selling it full price, and then making it, someone else's problem. Fuck them. Yo, there is a TikTok account called Auto Parts City. That is a junkyard, and they have tracked some of the cars that they have sold to basic normal junkyard auctions, because they are a junkyard that they have found at shit like Meekum, rolling down the block at Meekum. Cars and bids, because of course, bring a trailer.
If they're gonna ban the app, we're gonna let some of the secrets out of the bag before it's too late. Check out this cutlass.
M4, and bring in $4,000 is all. To this, $6,000 now. It's secure, not to get it, 55 here, not to get it, 6,000.
And the fun doesn't end with that auction house, because these cars end up everywhere. This is a Mercedes wagon that unfortunately a homeless person was living in, and check out where this Mercedes ended up. Now these are vehicles that we sent to auctions, to regular dealer auctions, and the people who bought them, the buyers, put them on these platforms to resell them. And I'm not saying that any of these were bad cars, because these were actually all pretty good cars, but they all have their little secrets, and I know them all. Talk to you guys later.
So like the auto market in general, it's just doomed. And if you want a more in-depth video on this, I have multiple here and here. Ow. Now, before we delve into this, let's make a distinction between street racers and dumbass kids that really need to risk other people's lives to feel anything because they fried their dopamine. They fried their dopamine receptors. Street racers participate in their activities on empty roads or empty parking lots, away from this thing called other people. I know, it's a wild thought, right? Either way, even if it is a fucking straight line, chances are they're either blocking off the ends of the roads or they're putting spotters up. So if there happens to be a car down this empty road, because after all, it is public road, after all, I mean, come on. They have a spotter and they have a radio, they will know about that car before they could even see that car, and they can accommodate and know not to participate in the activity that they were about to participate in. And either way, they're away from people. So it's not like the spotter's got a hard job. He's sitting there like, you got a car, you got a car. He's chilling there smoking a cigarette, smoking a funny cigarette, and just like, oh, look, there's a car after probably about an hour, cutting up in highway traffic or blocking off a busy intersection to do fucking whippets and spin out in a crowd of equally fucking stupid spectators. Yeah?
That sit there and do this, acting like they want to get freaking hit, but then when it happens and they get smashed up and their buddy gets severely freaking injured, they smash up somebody's car all mad because it happened. I mean, what did you expect? You're sitting here going, there's a car, you're seeing it slide at you like this, and you go, like,
I got this microphone on me. Yes, I do. Now, I understand slideshows have been a thing for a while now, probably since the 90s or even earlier. But I don't think it's been like this. Like, not like this. I mean, I feel like back in the day, people would take the fucking 5 minutes to find an empty parking lot or some shit, an industrial lot, something, a back road intersection or something to go do it in. Not on fucking rush hour. You get more seat time out of an empty parking lot. It's easier to do. It's fucking less risk. You're less likely to crash your car. You get to drive your car more. You get to enjoy your car more. You get to drive with your friends more. You get to be with your friends more. You're less likely to get your shit crashed. You're less likely to get harassed by police. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but it's a lot. You're minimalizing the chances is what you're doing. And it takes fucking 5 minutes. It's like, you seem to be like going out of your way to make it harder for yourself just to ruin other people's days. And that's why I'm saying it's not about the cars. It's a dead ass about fucking just the thrill of like ruining someone else's day and fucking being in the middle of traffic and fucking shit up. And that's why I don't consider them car people. Because clearly, if it was about the cars, they would go do this in a fucking parking lot. And like, not risk people's lives, not risk their lives, not risk their car. Isn't it common sense? Am I tripping? But at the same time, kids doing dumb shit is a concept that has existed since the end of time. I mean, I'm here in my garage talking to my shattered iPhone. Is it any different now? Is it really a lot worse? It sure does feel a lot worse. But is it really a lot worse? Or is it just that thing right there, shoving all of that imagery and video in our face every day, multiple times a day? It makes us feel that way. So now that I think about it, I've never seen a takeover coming home from work. I've seen a fuck ton on Insta. I've seen people get fucked up on Instagram, bro. It's damn near gore levels of fuck up, but it's all on my phone. At the exact same time, since I'm gonna talk shit, I feel like I should also mention that, like, you know, people that do like legal pits and stuff, they'll like rent out a parking lot or something, put up some barriers, do a little takeover thing in a parking lot. I think that's cool. Although I think doing donuts in a circle inherently is kind of lame, but I think it's cool to like sanction an event and like give kids a safe place to have fun. Let them have fun in a controlled environment. Everybody's having fun, everybody's safe. That's awesome. We need more of that. And I think these takeovers is just proof that we don't have enough of that. The government's trying to take that away from us. They're trying to take away our gosh dang racetracks, man. It's a new day. I'll put on the same clothes just for you. Not because I'm a piece of shit or anything. Other places I've, you know, seen takeovers a lot is like on the news when they want to like talk about things like crime happening a lot more than normally, because you know it's really convenient. It's a spectacle. It's not a victimless crime, and it's just a very convenient spectacle, and it just seems outrageous and dumb. Because if we be real, yeah, I mean, crime sucks, it's bad, but compared to the 90s, it's been down. But like, if we all believe that, you know, the government can't do some of the things they want to do, so they won't have the money, they won't get the funding for the things that they want. But TJ, are the street racers that go and do it on the street properly, you know, they go, they get their spotters, they shut down the road, they get the radios, they stay in communication, they do all they need to do. Why don't they just go race on the track? I mean, that seems like a lot of work just to, you know, be on the street. It's a good question. I'm glad I asked that. See, I think generally speaking, partially thanks to these takeover goose, but you know, I'm not gonna fully blame them. That would be stupid. I feel like there's been an attack on car culture. You know, like racetracks are getting shut down. And, you know, admittedly, sometimes because they don't make enough money, you know, especially with dumb circle tracks and stuff like that. It is what it is. But a lot of it is real estate. They build nice homes nearby the racetrack that's been existing there for a long time. People complain about the noise. Enough people complain about the noise. Get the track shut down. The track gets redeveloped into more homes or either like a shopping center or some shit. And the cycle continues. It's happening all over America. And it's sad and unfortunate. So, how are you gonna tell us to go race at the fucking racetrack? There's no fucking racetrack to go race at. You see what I'm saying? You see what's going on here? But this is it's just a big plot. And with nowhere to race legally, what do you expect people to do? Just say, yeah, my hobby's dumb, you know? I should really just start bird watching or something, right? No, that's not gonna happen. I mean, come on now. Let's be realistic. That government organizations and the police teaming up to criminalize dumb shit like loud exhaust, not being able to pass emissions, which is classism you're doing right there, because they want to, you know, help the environment, which is all well and good. I want to help the environment. I love this earth. It's great. I love it. It's sick. I live here. You know what I'm saying? But if you really wanted to help the environment, you go after the people actually causing a problem. You wouldn't go after the average American and ticket them, do all this bullshit, write citations, and make money off of this shit. What you would do if you were to make money off of anything, go make money off the fucking major corporations that are polluting the earth. I mean, let's be real here. I'm not trying to advocate for like rolling coal or some dumb shit like that. But you think the redneck that's doing that is doing a 0.0000.1% of what Chevron is doing to the fucking Amazon, then you're stupid. And you're buying their fucking bullshit. No, you can't do that. Focus on who's the problem. And before you go, well, he bought the truck, he's supporting the oil company. Well, of course he fucking bought the truck. Vehicle is the only reliable form of transportation in America. All right? Unless you live in New York City and get away with riding a bicycle, which is great. Love that. I was in there for a week, and you know, I brought my bicycles with me, thank God, because it was better than driving a car around, honestly. It's also like trucks are like, you know, seen as a fashion statement and stuff now, and it's like that's what's being sold to us, that's what's being advertised to us. So of course he can't fucking blame the redneck for buying the truck. That's not his fault. That's not, and people are allowed to like trucks too. People have liked trucks since the beginning of time. It's never been a problem until now. You know why? Because everybody's driving a truck. But let me get to that in a second. No. Let's not get to that in a second. Let's get to that right now. Everybody drives trucks and SUVs. You notice? Yeah. You want? I'm talking about this more in multiple of my videos again. But there was an oil crisis, and the EPA introduced some rules. Some things called CAFE standards. I'm just breaking this down real quick for you. Trucks and SUVs are written out of the rules. They did that because, you know, they're trying to let people do work, and I get that. But the car companies have taken advantage of that and have basically, I mean, look at the market. They've just started selling us a bunch of fucking luxury trucks and SUVs. It's the new station wagon now, dude. I mean, come on. Trucks are the new station wagon. It's the new family hauler, trucks and SUVs. So why doesn't the EPA go after the automakers? Why don't they go after the automakers and say, hey, you've been abusing this rule we wrote, so it's cut. We gotta rewrite it, or we're gonna start fining you or something. Cut. Cause like, hey, maybe the EPA doesn't need to make money. Maybe the government doesn't need to make money. That's cool, right? But make money off of them. They're the ones fucking it up. Go make the money off of them. No, they don't do that. They're trying to take the money from us, the average person. Just trying to have a silly little hobby in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're allowed to enjoy things. I'm allowed to enjoy that. The fucking redneck's allowed to enjoy his truck. You know what I'm saying? As long as he doesn't drive like a dickhead. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta tailgate people, turn your fucking light bar off in traffic, stuff like that. If that's what the government and all these organizations wanted, we would have walkable cities. We wouldn't be so car reliant. We wouldn't be building fucking bajillion, gazillion lane freeways. We would have walkable cities where people could use public transportation or walk. You know what I'm saying? Like those little streetcars, the little fucking, the levitation fucking trains that like fucking levitate on magnets and shit. Those are cool. If we had shit like that, like public transportation that ran on reusable energy in walkable cities, the world would be happy. The people would be happy. And then the car guy, because like that doesn't mean cars are gonna go away. Obviously they're still gonna fucking exist. The car guy could have his car and nobody would be mad. Nobody would care. And in America, because we have so much fucking space, we just built like a few damn walkable cities here and, you know, like here and there. We would have more space for racetracks, dude. So like, we could fucking go race at the racetracks. Nobody would be mad. People would be away from it because they would be all in their fucking walkable city, right? So like nobody would hear it. Nobody would get mad. The world would be happy because there would be a lot less pollution because a lot less people driving on the roads. So like we could drive on the roads and have our fucking fun and nobody would be mad. Everything would be great. Everything would be fucking wonderful. But no, instead, they keep doing what they do and then criminalize us for it. What the fuck is that about? You see why I'm angry? But no. Instead, everybody's in a big, polluting, gas guzzling truck. And people are mad about that. Rightfully so. But instead of blaming the corporations and the automakers for this, they just see the redneck in his jacked up diesel truck and they get fucking mad at him because you know, he's the epitome, he's the embodiment of it all, right? But it's not his fault. He's allowed to enjoy trucks. It's the company's fault. They used to make normal sized trucks, and now they've like pushed these, like advertise, you know, selling these big ass bricks with more and more LEDs and, you know, fucking more and more lift kits and all this shit, so they can make more money while skirting EPA emissions. They used to make normal sized trucks with normal shit on it for normal people. Now they don't. They don't do that anymore. Not with a normal sized bed, at least. If you want a small normal truck, you're gonna have to deal with a little baby sized bed. Ford Rangers used to come with 6-foot beds. You could get a fucking long bed. You can't do that anymore. Yep. It's all one big conspiracy. You think monolithically the entire nation was just like, yeah, I want a big truck now? No, we can't even decide if we should return the fucking shopping cart or not. We think we all decided on that? Which you should return the shopping cart, by the way. To say you're giving somebody a job is bullshit. Trust me, that corral fills up fast enough on its own that you're not giving anybody a fucking job. When it's 90 degrees outside, it's 100 plus on that fucking tarmac, and Walmart guy, yeah, they got a little fucking pusher. Either way, they got a lot more corrals to do. You don't work at a Walmart, you're pushing that shit by hand out there in 100-degree heat, pushing them bitches, pushing these metal fucking cages, heavy ass metal cages by hand through the parking lot. So yeah, when one's fucking astray all the way over there because some fuck was too fucking lazy to push it to the corral, it kind of ruins the guy's day. Their job is plenty hard enough. You can fill that fucking corral, or you can fill the inside of the store, empty the parking lot. In 5 minutes, they will be overfilling again. So you don't gotta worry about making their job any harder. You know what you're doing? Because it's funny to think, like, the whole DEI hire shit and everything that's talking about now, you know, saying they're being used on shit like that. No, it's the baggers. It's the goddamn cart pushers. And they're autistic kids. You're ruining a fucking autistic kid's day when you don't put your shopping cart in the fucking corral. I want you to know that. Again, people are allowed to like trucks. Yeah, I think jacking up your truck, putting 16 wides on it, LED lights that go inside the wheels. Yeah, I think all that stuff's really ugly and cringy, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that think a 97 Ranger on airbags and Dayton's with a dragon on the hood is cringy and ugly. So yeah, it's another thing. That's the beauty of the car culture, is like cars are like your artistic, I almost said autistic. Cars are your artistic expression of yourself. Everyone does their own thing because it's their own like expression. It's their own expression of their own being. It's like their artistic expression. It's an extension of themselves, essentially. So like if everybody were to do the same shit, if everybody were to do what you thought was cool, it would be fucking lame. Everybody needs to do their own thing. So when you're sitting there wasting your time shitting on somebody that did something that you personally wouldn't like, you're making yourself look dumb. And it's like, it's pointless. Let people enjoy things. That's what it's about. It's about enjoying cars in whatever way you enjoy them. If that's jacking it up, if that's slamming it to the ground, if that's putting big old exhausts that stick way up over here and go dangle and do this, and you go beam, 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 beam. You put a fucking bike throttle in your car so you go beam, 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 beam. You know, if it's stuff like that, go for it. If it's sliding, if it's going fast in a straight line, whatever it is, dude, do what you enjoy. If it's slamming your car off the nuts and doing this to it so your tires wear out in 5 minutes and trailering at the car shows, go for it. I don't care. If that's what you get enjoyment out of, then that is what you get enjoyment out of. And I'm happy for you for that. And you should do that. And don't let anybody hate on you for that. And just know if they are hating on you for that, they're fucking stupid. I'm focusing on trucks because it really is the epitome on this. And it's easy to focus on trucks. Clearly, I do it a lot. But this goes for everything, right? If the government and these EPA environmental organizations truly went about helping the environment the right way and not just trying to line each other's pockets, right? Everything would be good and we would be allowed to enjoy our little hobby that we have. But instead, that's not the case. We're the ones to blame. They use the worst examples. They rope us in with the worst examples and use that as their crime narrative, right? Instead of focusing on who's actually at fault. And what can we do? I'm essentially advocating for more government control while simultaneously saying the government control that we have is untrustworthy and unacceptable. So that's kind of why I feel doomed. It's like, yeah, we need more of that, but we need more of that in a good way. And all we've had is that in a bad way. And me being an American, I just inherently have this distrust of government because, I mean, let's be real. Government fucking lies. They're not trustworthy. They're not trustworthy at all. So it's like, I'm right to have that distrust. So it's hard for, anybody to be like, yeah, well, this is what would help, but like, how can I trust my government to do that? How can I trust them to not just take the money and run, line each other's pockets, like companies do stock buybacks and shit like that? It doesn't make sense. But what all can we do besides keep it pushing? I mean, that is all we really can do, huh? And I have faith that we're gonna be able to do that because, you know, say what you will about us. We might be a hateful, jealous, argumentative group of people, but one thing we are is resilient. We are very, very resilient. I mean, look back in time, anywhere in history, look back. We always found a way. We always found a way to do what we love. And I believe we're going to continue to do that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. I love you. Good night. Gosh, dang it.